Greetings and welcome to Let's Play some game. No. Another vlog. I felt like doing it. Perhaps, I kinda want your opinion on that. Should I do a separate vlog channel, or are you cool with it if I keep doing them on this channel? Just asking. Perhaps people are annoyed by it. They are like, oh, another video. Oh, it's another vlog. Oh, I hate listening to him, and that doesn't make sense. Anyways, I once got asked about my opinion on the upcoming Elder Scrolls MMO, and thus far I haven't really cared for the Elder Scrolls MMO. And after this vlog, you may deduct, because you have professional detective skills, that I still don't care about an Elder Scrolls MMO. Anyways, I know there is not much information floating around. Nobody knows how this game will play. Nobody knows what kind of widgets it has, how it is developed. Perhaps it's out yet. Like I said, I didn't research it. I just read about a few things and I was like, yeah, I don't really care. Anyways, as you can see from this screenshot, I have two other screenshots. My first impression, and like I said, I'm not sure if this will be like in the end, this does not look like the Elder Scrolls. I know, yes, I am not talking about making an MMO with Skyrim graphics. I honestly, no. This is not about detail level, this is not about graphic quality. I'm not saying that make an MMO that looks like Morrowind, so it will run on 20-year-old PCs, and I won't give a crap. I don't. You know, I still love playing World of Warcraft even to this day, and I give a rat's ass about the graphics. What I do care about is the feel. This doesn't feel like an Elder Scrolls, at least from the screenshots. There are others, like this. I can't remember when was the last time I fought like glowing giant stone monsters or something, or does this guy look like a character in an Elder Scrolls MMO, in an Elder Scrolls game? I don't think so. I can't remember fighting a fucking Dwider or something. Though there may be something like this. I don't know. I think there were some underwater things in Daggerfall, but they weren't spiders. I'm pretty sure I haven't fought a spider drow elf thing in an Elder Scrolls game yet. You may correct me if I'm wrong. You may correct me. Still, I don't know, it doesn't look like an Elder Scrolls game. That's one of the biggest gripes I have with the first screenshots. It doesn't feel like an Elder Scrolls game. Another big problem I have is the engine. They are using the Hero engine. People claim that the Hero engine is made for MMOs. It is just so awesome and stuff like that. The problem is, Star Wars The Old Republic played also on the Hero engine. And a lot of people, myself included, had quite a lot of problems with the engine. Yes, I know, people will say it was your PC, it wasn't configured well, and you didn't do this, didn't do that. Bullshit. Seriously, bullshit. If I can play a game with a lot better graphics fluently, without problems, it may not be my rig that has the problems. And not to mention, did anybody ever watch the Hero Engine preview trailer? Even this video, the game is lagging in there. How can you make a promotion video of your engine where the game is lagging? What? Seriously? Horrible. At least this is, of course, I know BioWare took the engine 5, 6, 7 years ago, like a early alpha release, and whipped a few things out, put a few things in, so it may not be the engine itself. I can grant you that. And also but then again, also with Elder Scrolls, according to some sources, the production started like 7 years ago. I have no idea if that is true, but it started around the same time as Star Wars, so I don't know if they already took all the updates of the Hero engine or whatever. Nor do I care, but because of the Hero engine, this is not a first day bought buy for me. I will wait a few months. I can wait a few months when this game comes out. If it really interests me at this point, I will wait and then get it. I will just wait until the first storm of people whipped it apart. So, another thing is what bothers me about an Elder Scrolls MMO. Is there a need for an Elder Scrolls MMO? I mean, we already went through Daggerfall, and I think with Daggerfall there was High Pass involved, at least in area in the north. We went to Cyrodiil, we went through Morrowind, and we went through Skyrim. I think we went already through 3/4 of the whole world. In first person, we went there. We explored the land, and I don't know. I don't see a need for that. Why do we have to put it in the Elder Scrolls landscape? I don't know. I mean, sure, people may say, oh, well, what about World of Warcraft? In World of Warcraft they put the same. Yes, but it was a different genre. In World of Warcraft we had the strategy games, and that's it. You played top down, you went through Dalaran, and you fought in the city and fought the mages there with your army and stuff like that. And in World of Warcraft you can walk through Dalaran from a totally different perspective. Like I said, I love playing Warcraft. I played Warcraft 2, I played Warcraft 3, and I was hyped when World of Warcraft was announced. And I remember my first World of Warcraft experience. I made a Night Elf Druid, and one of the first houses you encounter looks exactly like the Hunter training hall of Warcraft 3. And the funny thing is, the Hunter trainer was inside. I loved it. I was like, this is a totally new experience for me. I don't really care about lore that much, you know about that. 1 second. I need to drink something. So if they retconned some of the lore, I don't really give a rat's ass. I don't really care. Okay, so the Draenei were some other beings from another planet. What do I care? Some people may be interested in that. I'm not. It's kind of the same as the Elder Scrolls. The problem with the Elder Scrolls, at least for me, is it doesn't have a lot of backstory for me. Yes, I know, there are lots of backstories, a lot of books, and if you read all of them, it has such a deep and entangling storyline. But I don't care. I don't really care about that. I don't know, I never played a MMO for its story. I never sat down in Everquest and was like, whoa, the story of Everquest. I don't even know if Everquest had a story at the time I started the game. Sure, there were always some signs of it, like, the Ixar Empire fought against Drakanon and whatever. You kind of got smoothed into the story by reading some reading about quests and stuff like that. So it was okay. I never had that in one of the Elder Scrolls game. games. Because, yeah, there's a book. I don't really care. I honestly don't care. I don't know. It never occurred to me. Sure, yes, there are people who are interested in the story, and totally fine. But warning to these people, I already heard they retcon some of the lore to make the MMO happen. I don't even know in what time frame it's playing. I think it was either 100 years before Skyrim or after Skyrim. So, then there's another thing. What about the scale? They said Daggerfall is about 2 times the size of the British Isles. 2 times the size of the British Isles. I'm pretty sure Cyrodiil, where we went in Oblivion, wasn't as big as 2 times the British Isles, going from left to the right, up and down. And I think it has more land mass. It could be a little bit less, but yeah. I don't even know. Where are you in Arena? Where are you playing in Arena? I don't know. I never played the game. Anyways. So what about the scale? And like I said, is it necessary? We already went through this world. We already explored every nook and cranny of it. The only isles that are missing are the lands where the Wood Elves come from, the Lizard Men, Argonians, and the High Elves. That are the only 3 places missing so far. Will it affect how Daggerfall looked? Will there be privateers hold in the northwestern corner of Daggerfall? I don't know. Will the cities be at the same place? How is the scale? How is the freaking gameplay? Oh my god, I really hope they don't put in a UI like other games. And this is my biggest pet peeve. Let's switch the artwork to show you something different. This is my biggest pet peeve with all MMOs that came out after World of Warcraft. Do you know why World of Warcraft was so successful? Because it did 2 things. First of all, it ran on a really crappy PC. I always laugh at people who complain about the graphics in World of Warcraft. Do you know why World of Warcraft is so successful? Because everybody can play it. That is one of the main reasons why World of Warcraft is so successful. It's kinda easy if you think about it. Why did nobody play Age of Conan besides being a buggy piece of shit? When it came out, nobody can run it. Or barely anyone can run it in high definition. Star Wars: The Old Republic. People who could play Crisis 2 on max details had problems with the fucking game. Sure, yes, I had my fair share of problems in World of Warcraft too, but that was way into the expansion. Yes, I know, World of Warcraft also had bugs at the beginning. But I played Everquest. Yes. I played Everquest. When I was still playing Everquest, the game was full of annoying bugs. Sometimes, usually after a major patch that introduced new fixes to bugs or whatever, the game was unplayable for 2 weeks. You could not play properly. The servers would crash all the time, monsters were bugging out, half of your skills were not working. The game was a mess after each fix. Kinda funny if you think about it. And yeah, there were problems in World of Warcraft too. I didn't have much. Sure, others may have. I don't know, but I had 2 annoying bugs. One even made me abandon a character. Kinda funny. One was if you mine a mine, and then you got stuck in the looting animation, and you were hovering above ground a little bit while still in the looting animation. You couldn't do anything about it except logging off. But I have to be honest, compared to EverQuest bugs, yeah, this was nothing. Seriously. Oh, I have to log out a few times per day. Oh no, the world is crashing. Another bug that made me abandon a character was when I opened up my trade skill window for tailoring, you have to imagine this. In World of Warcraft you have different layers of windows. So this way windows you can say this window is always on top of this window because this is in layer 1, the other is in layer 2. My trade skill window bugged out for some reason and it was always at layer minus 1 million. So I opened it up and it created 1 million layers and crashed the game and bam, goodbye. I had already leveled another character when I found out that just deleting the VTF ordner worked, but hey, I don't care. And that's the thing with World of Warcraft. When it came out, it was at least different than the competition. It was very different from Everquest. I mean, you could level alone and with quests. In Everquest, you usually either had a group, if you were a warrior, a cleric, an enchanter or something, or you were grinding like mad. Even in a group you were grinding like mad, but I know that I spent quite some time in this game. I don't even want to know how much. I never went to my account and typed in plate. And World of Warcraft just offered a different road of leveling. You could level with quests, even though sometimes you had there were a few levels at the beginning of the game where you had not a lot of quests to do, so you kinda had to grind a little bit, but I was okay with that. I mean, I was used to it. I leveled a freaking holy paladin in World of Warcraft Classic. Yes, I leveled a holy paladin alone, a healing class alone, and I grinded with it. And it didn't bother me as much as EverQuest grinding. It was easier, it was faster, it was more fun. And that's the main reason why I stuck with World of Warcraft. Now, what do we have today? Sure, people always say, well, you cannot compare a new game with World of Warcraft like it is today. World of Warcraft offers a lot more content, blah, 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 blah. What kind of content would World of Warcraft offer? World of Warcraft always offers the last content patch. You may argue the second to last two, so there are usually 2 to 3 raids that it offers. What Elanarae? What about all the other raids? Yeah, nobody's running them anymore. Do you really think people are still... Oh, yeah. Okay, there are some people who are still doing regular molten core raids with 40 people at level 50, 60. But yeah, I wouldn't really call that content. I don't know. This is for me as much content as replaying Dungeon Master the first 2 levels over and over and over again until it turned blue in my face. That is not really content in my opinion. So yeah, World of Warcraft usually offers the last 2 expansions as content. Content people want. So a new MMO, if it wants to give more content, only has to put similar amount of raid bosses like the last 2 expansions of World of Warcraft. And yeah, at least my opinion. People always say, yeah, like I said, you can't compare a 7-year-old World of Warcraft, 8-year-old World of Warcraft with a new game. Of course you can. I mean, it has to mess with the competition. If a new role-playing game comes out, it has to mess itself with Skyrim. You can't say, okay, this game just came out and it has... You can't really compare it with the Elder Scrolls series because the Elder Scrolls series exists since 12 years or something. I don't know when Arena came out. So, can you really say that? Can you really say, well, you have to compare it with Arena because it's their first game? No, bullshit. You have to compare it with Skyrim. Does it have better graphics than Skyrim? Do you like the graphics better than the ones in Skyrim? Does it offer more content, more interesting content than fucking Skyrim? Not Arena, Skyrim. Same with World of Warcraft. I read a lot of people bashing World of Warcraft and Star Wars came out. Yeah, Star Wars looks better than World of Warcraft at the beginning. Oh, really? That's so nice that a game 8 years later looks better than a 8-year-old game. What the fuck? And to mention, nobody can play the old World of Warcraft anymore. Perhaps it was buggy. Perhaps it didn't offer raid content. It made people play itself. And that's the problem I have with the Elder Scrolls. That was the main reason why I came to this topic. I really hope they do not try to copy World of fucking Warcraft. Do not copy it. There are 2 ways you can become the main competitor. Running in front of everyone else. You are either faster and better than the one who is at the moment at the top, or you bring everyone to run into a totally different direction than you are the first. Simple as that. If everybody's running to the east and you say, okay, to the north we go, and everyone follows you, then you are in front. And the one who is still running to the east is like, yeah, fuck it. I'm the last now. And this is what they should do with the Elder Scrolls MMO. Make something different. Don't make a theme park MMO. Make something... The Elder Scrolls series kinda offers this sandbox thing. Make a sandbox. Make randomly generated quests or something. Make something where I log on and I don't... It's not wait or die. Kinda like EVE Online. Make something like EVE Online. I never played EVE Online. And for the love of God, do not make 2 things. Do not make PvP mandatory, and do not add 2 different factions for the people. This is what, in my opinion, kills most MMOs nowadays. They all have 2 freaking factions. One faction all the time gets imbalanced and the other sucks a huge dick. This is what killed Star Wars. Usually in Star Wars, at least on the German servers, from what I've read, there's a 3-1, 4-1 population, Imperials versus the Republic. There are 4 times more Imperial players than there are Republic players. I can tell you, that's a lot of fun on a PvP server. That's a lot of fun when, at least in Star Wars, all you can do is playing fucking hardball when you are an Imperial. Because, yeah, that's the only battleground where you can fight against your own people. And it also killed a lot of fun in World of Warcraft for me, because I really wanted to play a shaman at the beginning, but I couldn't. I think it's silly. I personally think it's totally silly. They should change. And I don't know, in Everquest there was tension between the different races too. As a dark elf, you weren't allowed to go into a high elf city. But I was still allowed to group with high elves. Because, well, every freaking RPG book that I know usually has a party of mixed races in them. There are dwarves fighting with drows against high elves with a high elf in the party. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. I just think it's silly. A lot of the best stories in World of Warcraft, at least, had the Alliance and the Horde playing together against a bigger foe. There's Tyrion Fortring with Eitwig. Tyrion Fortring human, Eitwig orc. And they fought together against another evil and stuff. Why am I not able to do this myself? Why am I not able to... I'm just saying, it can kill our MMO if you put in 2 different factions. Make it like in Guild Wars, where your guild is your faction. Dark Age of Camelot kinda worked out well, because it had 3 factions. With 3 factions, usually the 2 weakest ones bang together against the powerful one. Works. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really looking forward to this game. I will not say immediately that it will suck. Perhaps they have a better version of the hero engine, perhaps they update it more frequently, didn't whip out too much. have more competent programmers. I don't know. I just don't see the Elder Scrolls in this game. I don't feel the need for an Elder Scrolls MMO because we already traveled in first person through the Elder Scrolls world. Not to mention the whole Elder Scrolls gameplay doesn't really fit with an MMO gameplay. I don't know. Can you imagine raiding like in Skyrim? Having 10, 12, 40 people with you and with the UI you have and stuff like that. I don't know. They kind of have to change something. And if they change the essence of a game, why bother keeping the name? That's what I don't understand. It's the same. A few months ago I ranted about Syndicate, and to be honest, this game flopped, or I have no idea. I don't know how much copies it sold. I don't know if the multiplayer is awesome. I watched the Let's Play of Over the Gun. Made a Let's Play. I have to drink something. It is so fucking hot at the moment. Oh. I'm dying here. Over the Gun made a Let's Play of Syndicate, the new one, and it looked like a mediocre shooter for me. I don't know. We have enough of them. We really don't need more. And yeah, really, I really hope the Elder Scrolls MMO is not another World of Warcraft clone. If I want to play World of Warcraft, I play freaking World of Warcraft. But I want something different. After 7 and 8 years, I want something different. Not like Star Wars with dialogue scenes you have to skip all the time. The rest of the game was kind of like World of Warcraft. Yes, I know World of Warcraft borrowed quite a lot from other MMOs, but this is food for thought. Except the Lost Vikings. Tell me one game where Blizzard invented something totally new. Okay, Diablo perhaps. I don't know if there was something before Diablo that was, well, the mud games, perhaps. I don't know. But usually Blizzard is, as a company, takes something people know and love, make it better, and sell it for a lot of money. World of Warcraft, yeah. Warcraft was kinda Westwood made with Dune, I think the first strategy game. So, World of Warcraft, they took Dune, the real-time strategy, and made it better. I think it sold more. Same with Warcraft 2 and 3. Same with StarCraft. They took multiple, as a real-time strategy game, took multiple races and made it better. Crush, Kill and Destroy had multiple factions, but it didn't really work out. In my opinion. I don't know. Call me biased. I'm not really a Blizzard fanboy. I'm not saying everything Blizzard do or does is awesome. I haven't really played a lot of World of Warcraft in the past 3 months because it was pissing me off. And I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to Diablo 3. It was kind of like, yeah, I will play it because my best friend plays it, but if the game doesn't come out, I don't really give a rat's ass. I don't know. Same as the Elder Scrolls. So far, I'm not really impressed. I really hope they bring some more information that brings people to the art. But I will wait a few months when this game comes out before I even consider buying it. So, just my 2 cents. You may think differently. If you think differently, feel free to share your opinion. Keep it civil. That's the most important thing. You can disagree with me, but keep it civil. That's all I'm asking for. Anyways, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And we will see each other soon. So, take care and goodbye.